It is the number 2 and 3 teams in the world. I'm misspeaking slightly. Impact, though, and the rest of Team Liquid.
Why do you keep
MSI
saying it then?
finalists. I say a lot of dumb things, Kobe. You've known me for several years now.
Fair enough. I'll accept this argument. Rise right off of the table very early from Team Liquid. One of those split pushes they had to deal with all MSI long. And one of the champions they probably haven't had much time to practice on, the Yuumi, also following suit. Very similar to last game.
Yeah, some similar bans right here. We'll see what else comes through onto this one as a Jace is also added to the ban pool, as Impact could take that one as well.
Now, Crumbs on the analyst test was calling for an Aatrox ban, as it was banned a lot in Academy League, and he is rewarded. So I don't have to get any deeper into that story, because what we saw from Licorice in the last game with all of that egregious healing and AoE for the team fights will not be on the table.
And it actually doesn't surprise me it's Liquid banning it, because the Aatrox rework came in like during MSI when he's busy playing on the old patch. So by all rights, he has less practice on the champ than other teams do in the LCS. So okay, Liquid will have to burn that ban, even though probably in a week's time, they'll be first picking it themselves.
Fair enough. See if they actually lock in this Sylas, the very flexible top lane or mid lane. This is one of the champions, by the way, that at MSI, Team Liquid proved that this is a very viable flex pick for them, right? This is one of the teams where people were criticizing Team Liquid, their solo laners, for not being as scary on all of the flex picks, but Sylas, both Impact and Jensen, had extremely good games on the champion, and it is definitely first pick worthy.
Definitely first pick worthy, and it is, and we'll see how well they do onto that one, as Aurelia and Galio are picked up. No surprise to see those two champions. Broken Blade and Bjergsen can both play that highly elusive Ionian melee, and that's going to be pretty exciting. The Galio support, of course, very strong and continues to be the #1 support in pro play.
All right, Ezreal not going to be locked in probably for Team Liquid, as they already have Xayah. They will get the Lovers duo here and complete that bottom lane for Doublelift and Core JJ, which in spring was probably the #1 bottom lane in the league.
But I will say, I do love that Jensen hovered Ezreal. When you think back to spring finals, I have to bring it up. Sven went and hovered like every meme-worthy champion of Jensen and Doublelift and Co. And was like, oh, you remember Victor vs. Lucian? You remember Echo? And he's like, hey, you remember Ezreal? Bud, that was like last month.
Yeah, I mean, the true test will be, will Sven still hover an Echo versus Jensen, even after that mistake and that finals? You're calling back to some big game-breaking mistakes. But let's catch up to this game, because Galio Sejuani locked in. Insane crowd control here. Sejuani has synergies with both of these champions. Galio support, auto attacks can set up the Sejuani stun after Galio goes in for the flash taunt. So you can 100% to 0 people within a CC duration on either the Galio lane or the Aurelia lane. Her being able to set up her stun and always being able to gap close with the Q resets and then get those auto attacks and Sejuani passive stacks up very, very quickly.
And so a Jarvan ban going to be aimed at Xmithie, and we've got, of course, we already know Xayah Rakan locked in here for the duo of the Team Liquid side. I didn't see the bot lane pick for Sven just yet, but we'll see that probably the next phase of picks, as Draven has dropped off the table as well. We've seen a lot more Draven bans. That was the first ban over in Game 1 as well on Cloud9. Aimed at Turtle, this one aimed at Sven. So Draven definitely being a high-prized pick, apparently.
Yeah, I've also heard a lot of priority on the Sivir recently in scrims for most teams, with the rise of power of crit builds very recently over the last few patches. Yeah, Sivir's ability to get that wave clear so instantly opens up a lot of options for roaming for your support, and that's great for something like Galio.
Yeah, its Rageblade got nerfed, generally speaking. Its Essence Reaver got buffed. All those champions got a bit stronger as well. Also, Manamune got buffed, which we've really only seen Kai'Sa be the new one to pick that up, but Manamune Kai'Sa has now been in there as well. We saw her banned in the previous game. We might see her banned against Sven now as well, as we wait. As the time ticks down, one more ban can be aimed, and it's going to be the Sivir dropped away, so there's a good chance we do see Kai'Sa come through.
Yeah,
Ezreal's still up also.
Definitely a good ban there, though. Getting that Sivir off the table would open up the top side of the map for a lot of aggression. And if you're seeing Broken Blade, almost all of their spring games were Broken Blade playing offensively, and there you go. He's gonna own the criticism, as we said. Ezreal, the champion that he made the huge mistake in Game 5 versus Team Liquid. He goes right back to it, gets back on the horse versus the horse, and it's gonna be Sven's Ezreal
versus the Scorpion. There's the hover back.
Oh my goodness, I love this.
What's if I just actually pick the champion? Like, it's actually a pretty good pick here overall. I think it's very good at locking down champions like Aurelia as well, and harassing them and focusing them down. We will see.
Yeah, also pretty good at locking down Ezreal when he walks into you in the river, Freak.
Yeah, sometimes that happens too. Yeah. Where's Yellow Pete when you need him? He also made that mistake. Regardless, though, we've got this Olaf picked up. It will be more early aggressive power, very strong dueling, very fast clears as Olaf can get all the way around the map. And now we need the last solo lane. We need the most picked champion from this spring split for Impact, that Kennen. With a few seconds to go, it looks like that's going to be locked in after all. So Kennen comes through. He's going to go right back to the same comfort he had, which is very safe top laners who don't need help, but yet team fight well.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the key. He's gone with this hybrid build, going for some AP in the Hextech Revolver, upgrade super early on into the Gunblade, so you do have that laning power, but you can also splash into a lot of AP for a team fight. And that looks very good when you have a Rakan engaging for you to set up. Kennen is not the best solo initiator. If you have something split-second engaged like Rakan, it sets up those big storms, that big AoE that people dream about so effectively. On the side of TSM, though, big answer here with the Azir wall. You have to watch out for that because it's such a good answer to Kennen flanks.
That's going to be pretty strong here. So a lot of very safe backline damage for TSM with the Azir and the Ezreal. As you mentioned, also ways of pushing him out and knocking him off the rest of the team. Galley can do a little bit of that as well, so we'll see what that all looks like. As Team Liquid have a very strong conventional 2-on-2. Xayah Rakan should generally win almost every early, I would say duel, but it's actually a 2-on-2. I don't know the phrase that is. But fight regardless, and again, and Olaf always signals you want some really early pressure and you want to get something done with your first 5 levels.
Yeah, especially against Sejuani, Olaf. You know, once you get access to your ultimate too, Sejuani won't be able to keep you in place. A lot of Sejuani's buffs were into damage on the W.
Yeah.
And specifically to the second half of the W as well. And so Olaf is one of those champions, pop the ultimate, you can guaranteed dodge that second swing of the W, and then Sejuani is just kind of there, and you get to do whatever you want around the champion instead.
This could be really powerful. We'll see what comes in. We've got Broken Blade back on the Aurelia, and he has been impressive. Impact the same, though, on this Kennen. Has the Kleptomans. He's going to try to farm some gold and convert into the mid game. See, this looks like a rematch of the finals. Some incredibly strong teams to put their best foot forward in the first day of the summer split of the LCS. Number 2 region. We got the top 2 teams here. Let's go.
TSM fans been waiting for this ever since the finals ended. Rematch at the beginning of the split here. Bjergsen now on Azir. Really a classic champion for him as well, but looking for a bit more scaling in that mid lane. See where they start. Typically, again, TSM has focused towards the top side of the map ever since they added Broken Blade. And this guy's really grown into a star, coming over from the TCL.
Yeah.
Really found success as the team grew and put more and more confidence into his play, really peaking at finals. A lot with his Vladimir play, turning around a lot of those fights. In the end, though, Team Liquid were victorious. They went to MSI. They took down the defending world champions, and they're back, looking for more.
Absolutely, and they're back here with this amazing crowd. Shout out to the Chants, by the way. You guys are awesome. Thanks for that. As TSM and TL are much less active than you in the early game, except for Sven landing a Q. So we got, 5 gold, which is exciting, but not as exciting as TSM and Team Liquid Chance. So,
I mean, they did get the deep ward here onto the Raptors. So if Acadian goes with the classic red into Raptors, then they'll get some early information on the Sejuani, and tracking will begin. It's pretty effective for Olaf to be able to get a lot of counter jungling early on. You can see the 2 deep wards on the map right now that were placed by Team Liquid. Here.
Sorry, I'm sorry. You missed the CS.
These 2 on both of those camps, they do get vision on the Sejuani. And Freak, as a marksman player, physically pained every time he sees a missed CS on the bottom side of the map.
It happens sometimes, even to the best of us, such as Double Lift, so it's okay. Makes me feel better about myself, and you can watch him do that in first person with ProView.
Nice sellout, bud.
Yeah, thanks, bud. I'm all about this. So, mid lane pushed in by Bjergsen. Wants to make sure he's not going to get beset by Olaf. That's not going to happen just yet. Smithy has 12 health and even less mana. As the ward comes down and says, okay, Chicken's already gone. And he's not going to walk by it, actually. It's going to be 3 camps into a quick recall here for Smithy.
All right, let's see what he goes with here on the first recall, because you can go move speed, and he is. He's going to go with the boots plus the control ward here for the vision play on the top half of the map.
And he has water walking plus nullifying orb, so he's going to be really quick actually going kind of between those lanes and in the river there. So that could be pretty powerful for him as well. We'll see as he comes up to the top side, and he's only barely a camp behind, but with the refreshed mana bar.
And they know 100% that Sejuani is bottom half of the map. Because they had the deep ward on the blue buff as well, they know the Sejuani will be threatening double lift and core JJ, so Smithy has full power to try and influence this Aurelia lane. Here we go, Sejuani once again showing on this controller by Scuttle Crab now.
Yeah.
Acadian, though, was able to find it with the Scryer's Bloom, so actually gets some experience and gold for himself in doing so.
And they know 100% that Sejuani is from the bottom river. Literally a ward. Not that they didn't know already, as the Scuttles are going to be traded as well. We saw that in the previous game. It seemed fairly likely that you kind of intuit or completely deduce each other's position, and you trade those pretty equally. Red plus the passive. He gets it. He had the timed out.
As soon as I
brain.
thought Jensen headed right for that Scuttle Crab.
Would you have taken it?
I 100% would have taken it. I definitely also would have been pissed if I was the jungler, because you want to save time by letting the red buff burn kill off the Scuttle Crab, and you can walk away from it. Right now, though, getting a look at the invade here from Smithy on the...
You got the big rug. He's got a blue buff, so he's actually feeling pretty comfortable right now, as Acadian's going to knock down the rest of this camp, though his smite was already chunked. And, okay, 2 more small crabs. That's not too bad. That's a little bit of gold taken away that Sejuani's not going to get back anytime soon, so that's actually pretty solid. It also kept Impact safe when he went kind of underneath the turret to shove in Broken Blade.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely do win that 2v2. They want to keep up the pressure on the turret. Engage on bottom.
That was really nicely played, I think, on all sides as Ven jumps away. Smithy finds a taunt, but out goes Protege once again, and we can see this bottom lane has that small farm lead towards the Team Liquid duo.
Yeah, very threatening. You touched on a little bit in Champion Select, but the Xayah Rakam so potent early on. Core JJ, of course, was one of the stars for the team on the international stage as well. Even though they had a slow start, I think most people he was pretty much redeemed in their eyes in the IG series, as well as finishing up that tournament. We'll see if Acadian actually does run into Core JJ, as said, and he's looking for the deep wards. Control ward going down actually gives you an alert, so they know he's there. Doesn't get in time to
rip recall.
Actually get the recall off, but just means Core JJ, maybe, what are you going to miss there?
Yeah, whatever.
A tiny piece of...
he had enough to upgrade his Spell Thieves, right?
Okay,
So,
that's actually big.
that would have been some gold income that maybe he would have wanted, but it's whatever. His mana bar is good enough, and regardless. So, yeah, once again, Sejuani Deuce down on the bottom side, actually knocks down the ward herself, I believe. And regardless, is pretty happy to take down the rest of these jungle camps.
As he's approaching level 6, too, for the TSM side, I would turn your eyes towards a Sejuani-Aurelia combination. Aurelia is able to set up the Sejuani passive so effectively, can dash in, and also it sets up her own stun. So there's just so many ways to CC a Kennen who has very low life. If you're able to land one, then you can chain them effectively into a kill. So I think that is a very big point to contest right now. And you can tell Smithy also worried about this, because the level 6s are coming in right now. That's where the kill pressure becomes extremely real.
And they are trying right away with the ultimate on. They find that first stun, plenty of damage in towards his top laner, and Broken Blade. Oh, he's not gonna win the ult! And it could have meant the kill, but it's not gonna come through. Smithy gets first blood for Team Liquid.
Impact with the slightest sidestep there. Dodges the ultimate from Broken Blade. There is no counter kill, and it was Team Liquid who went to the top lane first. They find the first kill. Smithy's still around, though, and actually not going to be any teleport left. Broken Blade had used his much earlier. Yeah. That means even turret plates on top of it. That kill is more far-reaching than we initially thought.
Broken Blade TP down really makes this so difficult. As the stun comes in, they just have the damage.
All right, yeah. So both ultimates going off. Smithy made the early move up there, and Broken Blade, yeah, with Impact moving down, he just misses the ultimate there, and that means there's going to be no counter kill. If that ultimate hits, he can get the counter kill onto Impact, and it's not quite as bad a situation. Still would be positive for Team Liquid.
Yeah.
In this world, though, that is going to be a very big boost. Impact's actually going to take that and go straight for the Proto Belt. He's not even going to go for the kind of halfway point where we were seeing
Oh, wow. Katie gets like all of it right there. Almost, I think actually every single chicken
Definitely got
goes over to Sedge.
most of the money there.
Okay, well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, it's a small prize after your top laner just got ganked. And, you know, Olaf got a very big power window here, opened up on the top side of the map, but you definitely need that as a moral victory.
Yep, something. The game right now, though, still 1,300 apart. Definitely really solid. Look at this, a blue buff steal not coming in as well. Smithy just chunks this thing down. Jensen only has one ability that reaches over the wall. There's the Q. Slaps down with the chains, and that is a buff stolen away. He'll actually tie up and farm as well as Jensen shoves in, but pretty good intuition by the TSM side. They're gonna, they're not going for, they're gonna start on this gromp right here, but they can also go for the dive. Impact has ult, has flash, has TP, and has a sense this is happening. You can see, puts down a ward, looks around, finds a Katie, and puts on another ward, says, okay, no dive, get away from me.
Yeah, and look at that. He sacrificed 3 minions in order to go get that vision, in order to go cut off the possibility, in addition to Smithy coming back. So this is not a blue trade.
Yeah.
That was not a counter from TSM, as Smithy's able to rotate quick enough back to defend their own blue. This is very big control of the early game.
A lot of damage now across this bot lane as well as Smithy takes a couple of auto attacks. There's the root in from Double Lift, and small HP lead down there, plus 9 CS on top of it. And now Smoothie with a control ward up there. Now he's gonna actually be able to see Jensen. That control ward on that brush means a lot, but they're gonna go for the dive right now anyway. What's Jensen gonna try to steal? Does he get anything at all? They get back over the wall now. He's gotta be careful. Acadian does not go for the R. Over goes Jensen. He's gonna be fine.
Yeah, Jensen also not stealing that Sejuani ultimate on his way out. Maybe he was a bit too scared, didn't want to waste any second on an animation. But it's definitely one of the big ones that I like to steal whenever a Sejuani passes by. See if it comes in handy later. Azir's just fine as well. Broken Blade on the top side has been able to do just fine as far as CS is concerned, considering the early attempt there from Smithy was successful.
So far, so good, I guess, as the farm is still equal topside. Just that kill, of course, meaning a fair bit. The assist plus 200 gold to Impact means that top lane match. Plus the plate, yeah, it's 500 gold in favor of Impact. That's quite meaningful. More than the CS would tell you, absolutely.
And most of that is going to come to fruition in the team fights. He is going full AP Kennen here.
Yep.
He's going for the AoE damage, the big flank. Kennen ultimate trying to come in with the flash. So again, the things you're going to have to look out for. TSM warding for their flanks to find Impact, make sure he can't teleport in, make sure he can't flash in, and then Bjergsen with the Azir ultimate is their answer.
Yep.
Gonna try and push him back out, and doesn't want to do it too early or it gets flashed as well. Both junglers on the bottom side though.
Yep. 3 on 3. There's the first time. A lot of CC. They chained it together. And Core JJ is down. Now the re-engage towards Smoothie. Does not have flash. Stopwatch buys some time. They knock him down. Fork and ult. Forking away with that one. TP's canceled. Now it's the runaway for Smoothie. They're going to find the first stun. In comes Acadian. The rest of the squad looking for the damage output. It's close, but they do get that first kill. Now Acadian getting rooted. And Double versus Sven. He's going to turn it around. Oh, and he taunts him with it. A triple kill for the TL bot laner.
Oh my goodness, topside, going for a 1v1-2.
More damage coming in, forcing the ult out of Impact. Pretty solid for Broken Blade. They're both gonna live though.
Oh my goodness.
That was spicy, that was exciting. That was some great stuff right there, but it's a 2,000 gold lead out of Team Liquid. They won that fight 3-2.
My goodness, double lift taunting. First game of Summer, and he's back on fire. I love it when you have that timing and the opportunity. You don't always get it without any escape available for the Ezreal, but he is able to. He takes it, and this is a 3-kill Xayah, by the way. You talk about those crit builds being effective. They're certainly effective when you have the extra money.
First person perspective, pro view in action, Double Lift. Looking to chunk things down. You can see aims the Q forward, tries to time the E. There's the ult into the root to make sure he can claim that kill. And just kiting back, he's always outside of auto range. Kites to the left, make sure he's not getting hit by Sejuani. Stays focused on the most important target. Puts some more Qs down, and then he lines up the double root, which is beautiful. And then right here, he's like, nah, we're good. Takes it down. Beatable stuff. Hashtag pro view.
All right, 350 bounty on Double Lift's head now, as well as a huge burst of power. Wait, let's take a look at the Rift Trail trade for Dragon. What kind of dragon is that? Can't see
over
because the Olaf
Mountain.
head is over it. Mountain Dragon, not the best early game trade. Maybe it comes to, to become a point of power later on. But as of right now, I like the play from TSM, getting this Rift Tail. They can try and get some money into the Aurelia split push opportunity. If you just activate that on the top side, turret plates are still active for another minute and a half. That is real money you can cash in very quickly.
Oh, this is a giant stun right there. A lot of damage with impact, but gets the ulti off. It has reinforcements arriving. Jensen here has a stun up as well. They can
they're not in range.
Oh, it's close. It's going to get the charge. Let's go. Oh, it pushed it back forward. Has to burn stopwatch. Should they go for the kill? They don't think they have the damage. He's going to get away.
I'm pretty sure they were not in range. TSM on the side of the Rift Trail. I didn't see any gold go over. That was so close. They were just on the edge of the range there, but
they didn't get it.
Team Liquid are able to deny so much of that value. The damage is still real, and it helps you take down the turret earlier, but a lot of the value is in the 300 odd gold that you're able to get off those turret plates.
For sure, no plates. Gold did not tick up. They didn't get the plates there, so Herald got almost nothing other than the damage.
Yeah, it's one of the big ideas when defending against Rift Herald. Yes, it's nice if you can kill it off early and not get the charge off, but just zoning people away from the turret so they can't get the money from the turret plates falling because you have to be within that range is a huge part of defending that objective and swings it right back into the favor of Team Liquid for the Mountain Drake trade.
Yep, definitely agree with that one. So it's TL looking quite good. MSI finalists, who would have shocked? Who'd be shocked they're smashing in North America already? But look at this, their lead is sizable. Nearly 4,000, only 14 minutes in. Double up on a triple kill. He is smashing. And this is now Jensen looking a bit aggressive. Finds that stun. He stole for a little while ago. Finds seconds on top of it. Here comes Impact. Finds a bit of damage. The rest of the squad is here. They find that first kill. And Smoothie can only show up far too late to arrive. And that is another kill on the board for Team Liquid.
Team Liquid, hot off of MSI, are still on fire here in the North American LCS, pushing this lead to the limits. 4,000 gold up, 14 minutes into the game. They're converging around mid lane and eyes on the turret.
All right, the 3-time in a row LCS champions. Looking at split number 4, and a win over the finalists would be nice for them to start this one out pretty well. This turret's going to drop pretty quickly. Second turret of the game goes to TL as well as Bot had fallen a little while ago. Plenty of gold on this squad. This lead now 4,500.
All right, mid turret going down, opens up those options. You can see already CoreJJ, after they took the objective, he's trying to invade into the jungle, leave wards behind on the top side. Xmithy doing the same on the bottom side, but Acadian defense.
A couple wards get killed off. TSM getting bottom river backwards themselves as this red will go to Xmithy. Looks like no one's going to be handing it over. The Xayah far too far away.
As you can see, this kind of top jungle side is what we're looking at with all the extra wards Team Liquid are able to leave behind. It gave them the confidence to finish off this top turret, and now there's no defenses for TSM on the top half of the map. We're still 4.5 minutes away from Baron, from that becoming the big problem, but it also can hamper your gold income this early into the game. Bottom side, though.
Another attempt towards Broken Blade. Plenty damage here. Olaf pops the ult. Plenty damage there. Oh, he gets the Q and he flashes to guarantee it. He's going to have that one picked up. Double TP comes in, though. 2-on-2. Oh, an Impact flashes away from the Azir roll, which means they have the damage to kill Bjergsen. But Ezreal, he learned in the academy, and he's not going to get the damage, though. The books aren't good enough. Out goes Xmithy. TSM can't get anything.
Team Liquid on the bottom side ahead again. Huge advantage just from the gold plates, as you can see, and they're pressing it.
CoreJJ wants this one. W's forward does throw it away a little bit, but that is still an escape forced out, and Team Liquid still pushing forward everywhere. 3 turrets picked up. All 3 outers are gone.
All right, no reason to let up on the push here. Jensen and Double have shoved in mid lane. You can see TSM are trying to defend with a lot of these control wards on the top side of the map, but both of these control wards are just missing the Team Liquid vision, so it's not really denying any of it. Broken Blade, take another look at this here. He does his best to dodge. He uses the ultimate on Impact. He goes for that minion with the Q, then flashes away and tries to dodge, but flash in, able to finish off that kill, and then Bjergsen, he gets his ultimate flashed there by Impact. Very good flash from Impact to deny that, because Bjergsen went for the offensive play, and once you commit with your flash on Azir for something like that, he cannot get out.
Yep.
With Olaf right next to him, gets taken down as well.
I want to compliment a really heads-up play by Smithy. When he juked into that bottom brush, he dropped a control ward in case there was a ward there, so that Sven couldn't auto-attack him anymore. It means he would have to face-check the brush to auto one more time. That is actually super heads-up. Of course, he lives, so Smithy, good job there. 1, 1, and 5, and he is just immediately onto full tank. It's first item into the Righteous Glory. It's none of that Black Cleaver stuff we had seen a little bit of before, none of the Redemption Rush we've seen before. It is tank Olaf, and he is not dying.
This is definitely a very positive look from Team Liquid, that they're keeping up this quick pace from the international tournament. At MSI, a lot of it is determined by so much of early game plays being made and snowballing effectively, not letting up on your opponents, not making those mistakes or letting them have windows to get back in it. And they're bringing it all back to front here on the LCS stage. Let's see what they can do on bottom half of the map. Impact and Smithy on the bottom side threatening this turret. Doublelift and Core JJ trying to hover between the two objectives.
As they walk back and forth, here they once again see this bottom lane as they look to clean away the wave and the squad walks up. They've got Demolish available. Can they stay for it? Yep, that's going to be a chunk put down, I believe, and turrets at half.
Yeah, I mean, you can see right there when the observers just toggle the vision, how difficult this amount of control makes it for TSM. Their only option is a head-on, straightforward engage into a team that is almost over 7,000 now, gold ahead of them, and they just do not have the stats in inventory to be able to win that fight. You're going to be charging into the Kennen ultimate then. That removes the onus of Impact trying to find a sneaky way of getting this engage off.
Yep.
Because you have no vision and you have no way into the fight other than straight up the lane. So 2 turrets taken there from Team Liquid.
Yeah. This is a very absurd lead. They are smashing. This is 5 turrets before Baron spawns. And what's actually, I like a lot actually, is the difference in play style, where I feel like a lot of the Impact and TL Impact play style is let Impact play something that is safe. We will camp for mid and bot lane. We will win through Jensen and Doublelift. Okay, they're doing great, don't get me wrong, but it's been these repeated ganks into the top side, into Broken Blade just for Impact in the 2-on-1. Those have been successful. Those have borne fruit twice now, and it was actually counter ganks. It was just, circumstantial opportunities that got their other carries ahead. So they've been aggressing towards Impact's lane, and that's been successful.
All right, let's see. Now, trying to play it from TSM's point of view, they've done a very good job of clearing out that top red quadrant of their jungle that we talked about earlier. And that is now approaching the important time because Baron is available. It's going to be very difficult for them to poke around in these brush and keep safe from the possible flash.
The flash comes in. Look at the damage output they've got. And it shut that in towards the cannon. Impact gets the ult, but not the survival. Running away 650. What a perfectly timed stun. Acadian gonna make sure they can claim that second the damage comes through.
That is exactly what you have to do when you're this far behind. You can't hesitate if an opportunity presents itself. As we're talking around their red side vision around Baron, they just jump on the lazy member from Team Liquid immediately there with the flash from Smoothie. They open up a possible avenue to try and turn this game around. 20 minutes in, Team Liquid still with a giant lead, but TSM still fighting.
Those are the kind of things you need to see if you want them to come back. It's bit by bit. Drops the gold lead back to below 7,000. We can watch that fight one more time.
Yeah, Impact and Smithy here, fighting over the vision. They know they have the big lane. They actually pin themselves on the wall here in the jungle, so they have no escape, and Smoothie just flashes right in. Gets the double taunt. Even with Olaf ultimate on, you're able to stay in range for Sejuani ultimate long enough that as soon as it runs out, Acadian's able to hit it, and they follow up with the second kill, buying themselves some critical time. Coming back in games like this, where the enemy has such a big lead, is a multi-step process.
Yeah, it is.
Step number 1 was just taken.
Yep. Get a couple of kills, try to get some vision back. You can see the control wards still able to sit inside this top river, so TL still do own that territory, but the top jungle you mentioned, that's getting a bit closer. That's wards that TL have to put back down and keep trying again. Most recently, TSM did get awarded back at the bit. They can see Baron now. They've got that brush that Acadian can sit in, that Core JJ has to face check in, and then, okay, can they fight over that vision? Okay, in this case, yes, because mid's pushed, but that will be fought back for once again, and that is now the dance we play, is these wards, these brushes, 2-3 steps forward.
Okay, now the next surprise engage is not going to come from Smoothie. The flash is the only thing that Galio has for those snap decisions. It has to be Acadian or Broken Blade trying to create the play for TSM and them having follow-up. But Team Liquid, that would require them to have a missed position. So we'll see if that takes place as they're trying to clear out these control wards. Because the map is getting very, very valuable. A new dragon is approaching right now, about to spawn, and Baron is also up. If you make a misstep, that will be your last. Because the Baron will get picked up and the base will be destroyed.
Here we can see this vision getting darkened. There's that single ward inside their jungle. That one's not going to be swept out, so it is information they have. They know Olaf is top side right here, and TSM not going to have to be afraid just yet. They are vaguely aware what's around them. Kaden knocks down the ward. No one's threatening him. And a control ward gets back some of this vision. But still, we expect TL not on that just yet because they, again, knew Olaf was topside. That one ward let them know Baron could not be taken just yet. And it buys them that extra wave. Now they can shove in mid first. They get a little bit of extra space. Bjergsen, oh, he's going to get spotted out. Has to jump away. Should not be killed for this one, but that's Banshie's veiled down. That's a 45-second cooldown. That is another turret dropping as TL retaking this top jungle at least a little bit and stretching their lead 6 turrets to 0. They are absolutely playing the better League of Legends right now.
All right, let's see what the response from TSM can be after a reset here. They're all trying to shove up mid and get some immediate gold rather than looking for anything like the Ocean Drake. You know, vision around Baron. Again, this is the game-breaking objective. This is how Team Liquid win immediately would be the next step. So they're trying to clear out these control wards and give themselves a fighting chance in that.
Looking for the play right there. A stun towards the back line. Not doing a ton just yet, but there could be a re-engage. Sven looks for a slow. Sorry, Jensen does. Can't find it just yet. As red buff is being attacked and actually claimed. Doublelift steals that one.
Yeah, you can see Broken Blade was looking for a teleport from base. Little,
yeah,
spread out blast cone there.
Quick jump scare.
But it's easy for Ezreal, able to jump away. And TSM still, they know this is happening because of the previously placed ward. They're going to go for it. They have to take this fight. This is going to be it.
Oh, a fog of war throw's not going to land for a Kaden. Cannot find impact of that one. A nice attempt. Ult comes across. Already picked up. Nicely done there by Liquid. And now it's time for the team fight. Broken Blade shoved to the side, waiting for the peasants to come back for those roots. If TSM re-engages, there's the attempt. Gets 2 of the backliners. That's going to give a lot of space for TL to walk away. Ulti burned by Smithy. And an ulti from the fake Aurelia slows down the squad as well.
Yep, Silas there able to steal a couple of ultimates. Uses Sejuani, uses the Aurelia. TSM will have to take the consolation prize. Ocean Drake will be it. They can move down and pick that one up and try to use that regeneration for the defense. The onslaught that is about to come from Team Liquid with Baron buff is already headed straight through mid lane, though. They have to reset and get into defensive positioning immediately.
Yep, they're already running up right here. Thankfully for them, there's so many turrets already dead that, you know, the ones that are going to be attacked are close to the fountain. So, you know, silver linings and all that.
Always looking on the bright side.
Absolutely. And TL just pushing forward and forward. Speaking of silver, their gold lead is gigantic, and 9,000 up, looking at knocking down this turret. Doublelift a bit by himself, but does have the ult and flash if he needs it. Looking now at Smoothie. Oh, they stuff him up. Do they have enough to stop him? Not quite yet. He does have that aftershock and stays alive for today. Chunked a little bit down to half HP. Actually, good shots out of Sven.
Yeah, that's actually really valuable health lead that TSM just got there, chunking out the duo lane. Maybe that buys them a little bit more time. It's like a Doublelift can heal up off the wave. Core JJ on the Rakan, a little bit more risky when he looks for the all-in.
That Ocean Drake actually, it means quite a lot on offense is the funny thing. That was denied. TSM did pick that up, and it means that the TL siege is that little bit harder. The regen on Rakan not terribly high. He's bounced around that Q healing, and that's hard to get when you're sieging.
Yeah, and TSM, you can see the wave clear from Azir in the top side. Mid lane, the tower's getting whittled down. Broken Blade possibly looking for the side engage. You can see Jensen's already level 16 on Silas, though. You get the really low cooldown, plus he's got blue buff, so he can steal multiple ultimates in a team fight.
They find those stuns. They're coming in for the play. Here's Corday trying to keep his teammates alive and does kite back. That's a really ult not getting much, but now he re-steals Sejuani. That's the lockdown on Acadian. Pops Stoneblade, flashed away, stays alive. Impact loses his ultimate as well.
That's actually really big, trading those cooldowns. Ocean Drake can heal up TSM. Team Liquid, though, aren't done. Top tower's dead, and mid tower very close to follow.
It will fall, and Jensen has his ult back as well. Steals now Ezreal this time around. One auto attack, that's going to be dropping. And now True Shot Barrage with a bunch of ability power is going to mean even more as bot lane is clear, but top lane inhibitor is open.
Again, this is over a 10,000 gold lead by Team Liquid. Baron buff on the inhibitors. Those things are dying fast, and this might be it. TSM trying to chase them off. The last few seconds of that inhibitor are going to go down.
And this is double inhibs dropping. That's going to happen for sure. We're under 28 minutes in. TL have completely broken the base. And as Baron whittles down, they might look to reset right here, take their hard-earned gold lead of 10,000, shop one last time, and close it out through bot lane.
Whew. What a return to the North American LCS here.
Yeah.
By Team Liquid. People were very curious what they would look like. You know, a lot of training goes into international tournaments. It looks like that training was well placed despite the patches being a bit different. And now they're looking to finish up game number 1 for themselves and have it be a triumphant return back to home soil.
Absolutely the case right here. Picked up is a Scuttlecraft for Double Up. Now some attacks in towards the opposing support. Smoothie pushed off now. And TL once again can move around, looking for something else to do. Mid lane is where a lot of their attention is. It's going to be Jensen solo in the bottom lane. The rest of the squad split between mid and top. They can pressure Nexus turret with that, and Jensen can easily knock down a turret when unopposed. Still holds the 1 level lead over Bjergsen. Of course, as the ulti back up, it's got like a 12-second cooldown.
Yeah, I think it's definitely very scary for TSM right now. They have to try and clear super minions while also avoiding the initiation from Core JJ and Impact. This is a Rakan with Flash available. Like, that is one of the scariest initiations in the entire game, followed up by Kennen, which is one of the biggest AoE follow-up in the entire game. Team Liquid now inside the base, forcing the super minions down TSM's throat.
Here we go, pushing in for this one. The 4-1 split, looking for who's going to defend what. These supers doing plenty of damage to Nexus turrets. There's the flash, not going to land. And Smoothie could not find the taunt. Now a big damage towards Broken Blade. A stun towards Double B is going to stay alive. There's a Katie going forward. Nice ult, dodges away. Quarter J finds that first knockup. There's the pullback. What's the dive going to look like? One stun. Ult Pop's going to stay alive now as the rest of the squad. But they're losing turrets. They're losing structures. A stun towards the backline. Acadian's down. They'll find Smoothie as well. Team Liquid 5-on-3. They will absolutely shatter the base. And a sub 30-minute win in a rematch. The finals, Team Liquid pick up where they left off, beating TSM and being number 1 in the LCS as a few more kills come in and a slaughter on the Rift for Team Liquid.
Woo. Team Liquid come back firing.
Yeah.
Winning on both sides of the map. Double lift taunting Sven on the bottom side. Definitely a highlight. Smithy with the early gank towards Impact. Also getting their Kennen ahead. Just meant that there was so much control for the early stages. They definitely had a very good time snowballing that.
That game far exceeded my expectations for Team Liquid. I knew they were very good, of course, but we knew TSM fought them close. Vacation did not stop TL at all. They came out frickin' swinging.
Defeating the defending world champions at MSI. Definitely gonna do that for you. And TSM gonna take the loss here on the opening day, but against, you know, one of the absolute hardest opponents that they possibly could.
Right, this is not the kind of match where you should actually be sad about TSM. You're like, yeah, no, that's a really good team. This is, like, it makes the rematch that more exciting, of course. Okay, we didn't get a revenge just yet, but they're going to try again in week like 6 or 7 or whatever. That's going to be hyped that time around. It's going to be a whole summer split of awesome games. Now, to give us their thoughts on that victory, let's send it down to the State Farm Analyst Desk.
Thank you very much, Freak. We thought they would be slow starters. Team Liquid themselves thought they would be slow starters. We heard it from Steve there. A couple patches behind from MSI, just ramping back up into their practice schedule now. They were absolutely not slow starters here with a crushing victory over TSM.
I think TSM even thought that Team Liquid was going to be slow because they drafted a really late game comp thinking, oh yeah, they're going to be the same old Team Liquid. This is not spring Team Liquid. This team, if this is them saying, oh yeah, we just got back, we just want some rest, I'm like, oh my God, how much better can they get?
Well, the thing is, like, the meta's not that different from MSI. You're still playing Silas mid, you're still playing Kennen top, you're playing Olaf, which Smithy has probably played a bajillion games of, and then Zyra Khan has become stronger in the meta, which is something that is one of Core JJ's best champs. He's got a world skin on it, so, like, in terms of comfort, this is all TL comfort. And
Without a doubt.
Yeah, I think the way TSM attacked the draft with their last 2 picks of Azir and Ezreal really kind of showed that they thought they would come out slow, but this wasn't close.
No.
Top 3. It's like top 1. That's it.
Yeah, it's going to make us question our whole narrative coming into the split. But no, I mean, it's really interesting to see as we look at Doublelift's crushing numbers here. I mean, a victory with a 3-0 KDA 15, a massive CSD. Not going to feel good for Sven and Smoothie in the bottom lane.
All those kills was just one play, right?
Yep.
That was just one triple kill. The rest is just farming, pressuring the map. So it was just Team Liquid rotating and moving faster than TSM the whole way through.
That's what makes this game kind of hard to talk about. It's like Smithy went top, they got a kill, great, and then Impact felt like he was on an island the rest of the game. They get a triple kill in the bot lane, then Doublelift's on an island the rest of the game. Silas and Olaf were the only 2 who kind of interacted with other lanes, and it felt like, not like TSM didn't show up, but just like other than that one play where they forced really hard, there was like nothing.
That's what's nutty, right? You get one play here, one play there, a play mid, and suddenly, all right, that's enough for Team Liquid to win, and you don't have a chance to come back. That's a pretty difficult place to be.
Some of that is a product of the compositions, right? TL is a more early game focused composition, so once they do secure that lead, they are, of course, off to the races. But to me, what this game speaks to is the idea that Team Liquid has come back from MSI, still holding on to some of what they learned in MSI. They didn't necessarily regress into the image of TL that perhaps TSM thought they would be playing, and instead, this is a fast-paced Team Liquid who's not afraid to take the fight to you.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely felt like this is a team returning from MSI with lessons learned. Like, yeah, we're a more controlled team, and it's not going to be a high-kill game, but it's going to be fast. Like, as soon as we have you under control, we're ending the game.
I got no problems with that.
No problem. Some more of that, please.
Your portfolio just took a pretty big
it was
hit
actually
on
a
the
typo.
first day of the game of the LCS. With that, we're going to send it over to Avli, who's ready for an interview with the victorious bot laner.
Thanks, Dash. Doublelift, congratulations on the game. It looked like Team Liquid was smurfing. You guys had the 10K gold lead. You had the crazy triple kill in bot lane early in the game. I mean, this was supposed to be the rematch of the 5-game series of finals. So were you expecting more?
Yes. I was expecting their bot lane to like play to win lane, I guess. But they didn't. They just played to farm. And then yeah, I don't know. It was a bit weird. I think right now Sejuani Aurelia is kind of like this powerhouse combo. A lot of teams are realizing just like how strong that is as just like a kind of solo lane jungle duo, but they weren't really playing around it very well. Usually what I see is like they're just holding each other's hands like the whole game, but I think their bot lane was asking for help, and also their mid was like no pressure early. So Jensen was moving around a lot, and anyways, yeah, I was expecting TSM to play a little differently. I think it might have been a draft issue, but we snowballed, and then it's just doomed.
Okay, well then maybe just in short, is this TSM an improvement to the TSM that you saw in finals?
Definitely not. I would say we're an improvement to the TL that we saw in the finals. So I expect us to be a lot better than, barely beating them in a best of 5. But it's hard to improve in the offseason, right? Because the best team, the best practice team, which was us, wasn't here for practice while MSI was going on. And also, I don't know. I think it's weird because we didn't get to play on this patch much. And honestly, like I was a little bit burnt out after MSI. So I haven't been really practicing much. I've been playing scrims like since we came back, but yeah, I haven't really been, able to put in my best effort. But even with that, I think our team is just a lot better than theirs. So it was just a funny game to me.
Well, tell me a little bit about that fatigue, because I think Steve was saying there might be a slow start for you guys since you were just coming back from MSI. So did that really affect, I guess, the team as a whole?
Well, we learned a lot from MSI, right? So the lessons that we got will never ever go away. Like I will never forget, like kind of the reasons and all the intricacies of why I lost lane to Perks and Mickey X, and all the games at MSI were lessons, even the ones that we won. But yeah, mechanically, I'd say we're not like super up to par. When I came back, I didn't play League for like over a week or like about a week, and then I came back in scrims and I was like basically just running it down. So mechanically, I would say I'm at like 70% right now. So this is a chance for LCS teams to take advantage of me, I guess. But yeah, when I'm like on form, I think there's pretty much no one domestically that can match me in core and lane.
Well, I mean, it was still enough to take down TSM, but I want to talk about MSI specifically because you guys just came back from a phenomenal international performance. You were playing the best in the best across the world, so I guess you were saying you were learning lessons. How specifically did it level up the team play?
Oh, like so many ways. I think in NA, I like the best way to describe it is in NA, like a 70-30 play is what's considered like a good play, right? And that's because if you're a really good team, like for example, when I was on TSM in season 7 and 6, and then on Team Liquid in the last 2 seasons, like a 70-30 play is what's considered like that's the good play because a lot of reasons, like you're just better than them. You don't need to take 50-50s. You don't even need to take 60-40s because you're just better. But like internationally, the margins are really slim. So teams that are willing to take those 60-40s and like really practice at them, even 50-50s and practice doing that, they're like way better. They're just way better of a team. Like they know exactly, they have so many more chances to win the game than you because you're only looking for like those little tiny moments in the game where it's like overwhelmingly on your side. So like I think that's kind of like the biggest lesson, and it kind of makes sense that like the best team from NA would always play that way. You know, the safe, the like high percentage plays because that's what wins you domestically when the competition is so bad. And then you go internationally and all the competition is good. Even like the Vietnamese team was really good. So like those teams are kind of like way more risky and wild. And that's like when we came back, we're like, we have to play that way. Like we just need to. So yeah, we're working on that. And yeah, sometimes in scrims especially, we've been kind of messing up a lot because you need to have good mechanics to pull those off. And we're working on it.
All right, well, as an NA fan, I mean, it was incredibly exciting watching you guys go all the way through finals. I mean, you came into MSI with the goal of, oh man, I got to get out of groups. Jensen, carry me out of groups. Can we make it? But you made it to semifinals, whooped IG, the world champions, and then went all the way to finals to face against G2. So what is it going to take for you to pull off the same performance and take finals in Worlds?
I think not much. People think the difference, I said this at MSI too, the difference between us and the best team is so big. It's not. It's really, really, really thin, the margin. So I think like we came to MSI and we were like the underdogs, but how much were the underdogs? Like 5%, 10%? But people thought it was like, there's no way we're going to win. Like, you know, we're never going to win a best of 5 against a good team. I think that's crazy. You know, G2 beat SKT, we beat IG. I don't like to dwell on the past and like gloat about past accomplishments because to me, MSI was actually like a failure because we didn't win, and I really, really wanted to win. So yeah, like it's reasonable to say that any team can win Worlds this year. Every other year you'd be like laughed out of the room, like hard memes, but this year I think the results kind of back it up. Like an NA or EU team could win Worlds. It's like really reasonable to say that. So that's pretty sick. I feel like NA fans have just been like getting dumped on for their whole lives because NA teams just suck internationally, and it's like a glimmer of hope. So hopefully we don't crush it at the end of the year. We like can bring the hopes up again.
We're the #2 region in the world now, baby, thanks to Team Liquid. But okay, let's talk about domestic then. You guys, #2 team at MSI. Coming into summer, are there any teams that have caught your interest or that you see may approach you as an equal?
You know, I want every team in NA, this sounds really corny, I want every team in NA to be really good. And that's because it's going to be really hard for us not to make Worlds. And if we do make Worlds, I mean, well, hopefully when we make Worlds, like our region can be really strong. And that means that like we have our own individual strats. We have like our own playstyles and strengths and stuff. There's a lot of like formless teams in NA, I think. Not really sure what like TSM's playstyle is right now because we've only played it like, against them like 1 game, but like, you know, like you want every team to have like their own strengths. And right now in NA, there's a lot of teams with just no strengths. They just have like only weak points. And then if you can attack those and you're the better team, you always win. I think like we went internationally and like we were scrimming against teams that weren't at MSI. You know, the teams that maybe lost in playoffs or maybe even didn't make playoffs. And those teams were insane. They were so good. Those teams would be like top 3 in NA. And over there, they're not even good enough to make playoffs.
Well, Double, thank you very much, and congratulations again on your win. And for everyone else, up next, CLG and 100 Thieves debut in Game 3. And if you want to show either team your support, check out the LCS Team Pass available in client today. Select your team and earn yourself a team icon, team ward skins, and a team-specific chroma for Dragon Slayer Braum, one of the most used skins in Pro Play. Check out the Team Pass in client today and meet us back here for Game 3 after the break.